I told you I was going to get something coming through, and I've got it. So, yes. I've managed to get the first thing coming through the post. Now, I can actually show you what it looks like. Now, I've actually taken out the box, so I've unboxed it, and I've actually used it, so I've actually found out what it's like to use. First of all, what have I done with the remote? I need to make sure I've got it to hand. Yes, I have got it to hand, so this means I can show it to you when I need to. I'll put it just there. Now, you look behind you. I've got that one. You know that one, and as you can see, there it is. So yeah, you can see that one already. The new one. Yes, the new one, the lovely one as it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you into the new one. Now, this one does still have this. Now this one, the plug is exactly the same thing. It plugs into any USB device, anything. So there it is. The actual wire that plugs into the battery is so much better in one sense than for that device over there. In a sense, I've got to tell you this because the plug is very weak. Wires are very weak as well. So these are actually pretty good at the same time. So neither of these are actually put stress on each other. So these things are pretty good with each other because neither of them are very stronger than each other. So it's okay. So these aren't going to battle with each other, so they're fine. The problem with that one is it's got really, really good connectors. Rubbish wires. That's a problem. But it's still a good thing. You've just got to look after the wires. But the plugs are wonderful. And this one, it's got very, very small wires, very, very small plugs. So generally, this should last you. It's okay. So see, there you are. That's the kind of thing you got to look at. The wires are good. Well, they're not particularly good because they're not really built for very much, but you don't need it for. The plug, it's not the best thing in the world, but you don't need it for anything big. But compare it to the wires, who cares? Because it's good with the wire. It's good for the device. That's all you really need it for. So that's what it's for. Now I'm going to show you the device. Are you ready? Here it is. It came through. Yes, it is pretty heavy. Trust me, guys, it is pretty heavy. Now, this arm, one this on this side. I got a weight limit that I can use it on. As you can see, I'm having trouble picking it up. This one, as you can see, is easier to pick up with. You can see the difference in my arm power. As you can see, this one can pick it up much easier. But you can see the weight difference. It is particularly heavy. So this thing is not light. So, this one, in this arm, it takes a hell of a lot to pick this up. With this arm, we swap it over. See, I'm not telling you a lie. This thing is pretty heavy. If I put on this arm again, I'm going to wear this thing out. Seriously, this arm is very, very weak because of some sort of odd wrong thing with it. So now, put it on this one. So, with this, while I try and support it at the same time. Right, with this one, you've got a metal cap here. That is plastic, and then you've got some metal underneath here to support things. Now, on the back here, you've got this, and that's what opens up for the dump truck to actually get things out of it. This is plastic, I believe. I think these are rubber, so they've got rubber wheels. That's a good thing. But they do have some metal bits in here, but it is plastic, so it's okay. Then you go to the bottom underneath here. Now they have actually done something different. Now usually when I say this is a toy, it is because they would have a little thing here. Show it easy to you. They have something here. Now that means here, if they have something there, it means it's a toy. Now I'm going to go and bring the other device over because I can show you why. Whew, my arm. Now, look, I'll show you. I can bring this one so much easier with this arm. This one, look, it's straight up. Now, you see on this one, what am I doing? I'm doing something, aren't I? Oh yeah, there it is. See that thing there? That's what generally toys have, because that means you can turn the wheels up, turn right or left to adjust them. So that means partially a toy, because that's what toy cars have. So it doesn't have it. So they have actually turned away from this being really a toy car. So has it got any toy features? So far, I haven't seen any toy features to this. That is strange, because to have a remote control device that doesn't have any toy features to it seems to be very, very strange. A lot of devices out there would have at least one or two toy features to it, but so far this doesn't. The cab itself is very official. There's nothing toy on the front of it. It's official cabs, and it's very well done. So it's not like it's made in a quick way. It's not like it's done to be done, so it's toy made in a way that it's rough. It's done so it's detailed. So in my mind, they've actually spent a lot of time designing that thing. And generally toys sometimes are kind of they're not actually done in this fashion. So this is actually is a hobby kind of machine. So they've actually done quite a lot of detail in this. So this is quite a hobby thing. Now this could go to a kid if they want to. This cost me about £60, and it is worth the £60 that I spent on it. A kid could use this. Yes, they could. There's nothing really dangerous about this. The only thing you'd have to watch out about this is the weight. Now, as you can see, I had a lot of trouble picking up with this arm, because this arm has a lot of trouble lifting things. So, if a kid picked this up and for some reason dropped it, it could actually hurt itself, and it dropped itself on top of it. So this is the only problem with this because of the weight. So there is that. The other thing is when you use this device and you put your hand underneath here, I'm not sure how safe it is when you bring a dump truck back down again from when you bring it up and bring it back down again with the bucket. So that's another thing, whether it's child friendly or not. So I have no idea with that if it will actually stop. So I have no idea of that kind of thing, whether they tested it or not. So that's another feature that I don't know whether it's safe for a child or not. So I don't know whether that's safe for a child or not, but if you do use this vehicle, don't put your hands in there while you're using that. I don't know if you'd really want to do that, but it's like when people say, don't stick your head in the oven. So, generally, you have to say the stupid things because sometimes some people will actually try and do it. So, as I said, don't stick your hand underneath that and push the down button because you might hurt your hand. Now, is there anything else dangerous about this thing? It doesn't hurt you when it runs into you. It will keep running into you. It may knock you over. Yes, it will do that. It is powerful enough. It will pull and it will rip things. If it has enough power, it will do that. It has power from the back wheels, not from the front. So it'll actually push. It won't pull. So the power is from the back wheels. So the two back wheels are going to be the ones that push it. So if you're going to get something like this, you have to understand two back wheels will actually push the vehicle as it goes forwards. So now, this is another important thing you need to see. The remote. Now, this thing is very important to understand. Now, you have some things on here that just look pretty and some things actually do something. Now, on here, I'm going to try and do this because I have to look at the camera as well. On here, you got to do the dump truck up and dump truck down. It's the wrong way around, but those two will lift it up and put it down. Now, I found this out when I used this. You don't actually have to use one or the other. You can use a single one. Now, you're probably thinking to me, yeah, but you have to push the down one to get down and the up one to get up. You don't have to. Now, if you're trying to dump something, you can push down, and then once you're finished, you can keep pushing it, and then it'll go back up again. Or if you want to push it up and you want it to get down again, you leave it down, it'll keep going down, and then you can leave it. So you can keep on pushing either one of these, and it'll do the opposite as well. I don't know whether it's supposed to do that, but it's done it on this. So just push either of these buttons, so it'll do that one automatically, and then do the other. So either of these buttons, it'll do that first function, and then it'll do that one, so you don't actually push that one either. So one of these buttons, and then it'll do the opposite one after that. Now, the next one, lights. Now, with this one, lights come onto this one. Now, I said lights are on that one as well. Now, what happens with lights is when you put lights on, when you make this go forwards, the lights will go on. Now, if you go lights and forwards and go right or left, then it'll start blinking lights. Now, on here, it's got, well, it's not exactly red lights. It's got pinky lights. So they didn't exactly put red lights on here on the back. So it's not exactly that they did the exact proper colours, but I'm not complaining. But they did put some sort of reddish colour on the back here. So when you're driving forwards, you do get some reddy lights on the back here. So when you're going forwards, you get some lights. Now, if you're going to turn left or right, the corner, the direction you're going, will start flashing, and the other side will switch off. Now, on the front, where the headlights are, you have some LEDs with some white light, and then obviously when you go forwards, the light will be on, and then whichever direction you're turning will go flashing on, and then the other side will switch off. Now if you switch the lights off, you'll just have the blinkers going on, tick 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 tick, and no lights. Now after this, if you want some sound, it will do the sound. So when you bring up the back, it'll do that sound and going back down again. If you want to have the extra noise of the blinkers, you can do that, or the noise of the engines going forwards, or the reversing sound, you can have that as well. So that is just an extra. Now if you do this, it's going to use up more of your battery, so you'll have less time to actually enjoy having your drive with this. So that's what you got to think about. The longer you have your noise on this, the shorter time you have to drive it. That's that's what you got to think about when you're using this. So if you have noise on this, you'll have less playtime. Now another thing you got to look on this is you have these things here. Now they don't do anything whatsoever. Now you think, what's the point in putting on there? Don't ask me, but they have, and they don't do anything. Now these are your controllers. These go up and down, and they go left and right. Now they're self-explanatory. So if you played with remote control cars, if you played on games, this is exactly what it is. You go up, you go down, you go left, and you go right. That is exactly what it's there for. So these are directional controls. So it's exactly what it is. Now, how fast is this? Not very fast. So this is not going to go down the street 30 miles an hour. So this is basically something where you can put something in there. It can take a lot of weight. So it's really designed to take a lot of weight. It can dump things, and it's got nice sounds, it's got lights, and it may be able to do quite a few journeys, and it may be able to do a long time, or quite a few, probably about 40 minutes I think, and that's about it really. So the last thing on this remote that I need to tell you about is these two buttons here. Now, they weren't very clear of what they were, but now I actually know exactly what they are. Now, I was telling you that these things here, they don't do anything whatsoever. Now, sometimes with some, you might knock this, and then sometimes you might put the wheels out of alignment. So, you might think, well, what can I do then? You know, if they go out of alignment, then I can't do anything because I don't go out of alignment to go off that way. So that's what these are for. Now, well, these, they are called trimming. Now, if you guys have ever used a remote control car, you need to trim your wheels. So they go, if they're out that way, you can trim them inwards. So that means they go straight. Instead of going off slightly, you bring them forward back in. So these are for trimming. So they either bring them back in this way or back in that way. So these are for trimming. Now, once again, why do they have to do this? Now, before, when I opened the box up, they had a screw in the back of here again. Why? Can you answer me why they have to put screws and everything? Even in the bottom of this, they had to put a screw in there. Now, as I said, they do give you a rechargeable battery for this, for the truck itself. Not with this. So yeah, you still have to put batteries in the remote. So they haven't done that. So you still have to do that with that one. So yes, you're still going to have to do it that one. You're not going to have they're not going to give you a rechargeable for that one. So it's not pure for this one, but you've actually got a very, very good setup with this one. So I don't see any sort of toy kind of setup with this. The fact that you have to put batteries in the remote is nominal. It doesn't really make a difference here. I haven't seen any sort of weakness in this so far. I've seen it can tip, it can take weight. I've seen there's no sort of flaw that it's had so far. The quality of it, I haven't noticed any sort of problem with it so far, and there's nothing out of place. So at my first glance so far, it doesn't actually seem to have a problem. As you can see, when they said of the length of it, it is a long thing. So I think it was 62 centimeters or something. Yes, it is a long thing. So when they say the measurements for this thing, do believe them. It is a long thing. So I got a tape measure out, and I thought it said 62 centimeters or something. Let me take the measurements, and I'll tell you for real. It's 45 centimeters. That's from tail to back, 45 centimeters. So yes, that exactly. It's 45 centimeters, and then it's let's see, 10, and then 7 centimeters off the ground. And then 13 centimeters across. So this thing is really pretty good. I didn't really believe how long they said it was going to be, but it is. But I had a really big amazement that the box they sent this in, it was huge. I was thinking, like, is there a submarine in there or something? Because this thing was 3 times the box of this. Not for this, but the box to hold this was 3 times the size of the box that I was holding this in. Yeah, it is like, why did they give such a big box for the box that had the box in it? So yeah, people that put boxes in things, I don't know what they're thinking sometimes. So, that being the joke, let's just slightly go on with what we're doing. Moving on to just talking about this now. This, you can't confuse this as a toy. This is a hobby thing. So this is not a toy. This is definitely something for someone who likes to have something that they can use for something that they can use that anything that they wish to have it for. You can use it for outside, maybe. I'm going to do that soon, so that means I can have some interest in seeing how it works outside. For a hobbyist who wants to have it in the house, who wants to shift things around the room, this is more than enough. So if you have this for a child, you just need to make sure that they don't trap their fingers, they don't drop it on themselves, but apart from that, it's okay. There is nothing on here that makes it so it is inferior, or nothing on here that makes it look like it is a toy. The controller, it is brilliant. This controller is brilliant. So this is one of the best controllers I've seen so far. The reason why I say something like that, I'll just tell you in a second. I brought this up for a reason. I'm going to put him in there. Now, generally, remember what I was talking about when I was talking about this one. I was talking like when things like toy type things. I was saying like this one. Now this is kind of a toy remote because the way it's been done. This is type of a toy remote. As you can see in this one, they're a little bit more serious at how they put it together. So, as you can see, this one, the remote that they put together on here, gives you a little bit more what you can do, and it looks nice. This one gives you the range, but it still has that toy effect because it is slightly toyish, but it still works. It is really good. It gives you the range, and it works for this guy. Where am I going to put you? Oh, you go sit there. So that one is okay. It gives you the range, but it is slightly toyish. But I still love it. But I do love this remote. Yes, I do like it. I like having remotes like this because this means you have to hold on to it. Yes, it's annoying when you go out there, but seriously, you can hold on to it. This in a nutshell. I like their design. They've done well to be able to make this up and how to put it together, and to show that they haven't just slapped a few parts together. They've actually used nice material and to be able to display it in a way that you can see it and how you can actually use it, the controls, to use all the things on there on the remote. They've displayed it on here very well, so it's actually quite easy to understand. There have been some controls that I've had from other things that have been quite confusing. So on this one, they've actually displayed everything there, but these two, yeah, I know. These two will do the same. These two will do the same for each other, but I don't mind. It's fine. Having two buttons that will do the same for each other is fine. It doesn't make a difference. That's fine. Having a sound and lights on this is brilliant. So yeah, that's a really good thing. The on and off button, everyone knows about that. And then the controls, like everyone knows about it. Yes. The aerial on here, it says infrared or something. I don't know what to think about them. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know about infrared aerials, so I can't tell you whether they're good or not. That one, I don't know. So I'm not going to give you a review on infrared aerials, if they're any good or not, because I don't know. So I'm just giving you a review on what I can see and what I know about. But I'm giving them an A+ on what their handset is. The vehicle. I love the cab on how it's done. The wheels, yes. The power on the back is good because it does push it. The bucket and how it pushes things out is very good. It's nice and strong. It has loads of detail on it, so it does fit my box. And there is more than enough on here to show that it is an actual real vehicle. The sounds in it are good. There are some funny lights on the back that show they're pinkish, but do you know what? It's part of the fun to see that. If they're going to do that, it doesn't matter because it's not that it looks like a toy. They've put enough effort into it, so at least they've done that for anyone who buys something like this. It's a light. It's okay. It doesn't have to be red. It's colour. So, in all, I'll give them 5 out of 5 for this thing because they really have done their best. So it's 5 out of 5 for these things. So I'm really getting impressed with these things where they are, because this one, that's 5 out of 5. Now that's for the car. For the handset, well, it is funny. But the range on it is okay, but the actual handset, well. But the actual thing on its own, the car is five stars. The handset, well, yeah. But these two together, yes, 5 out of 5. These are good. Handset, 5. Truck, 5 stars. So yeah, it's brilliant. So in all, this got 10 stars altogether. So yes, everyone, I'm very impressed with this one, and I'm going to see if it works outside. I'm going to see if it keeps those stars going. So I'm going to wait for the next one to come out, and then you go see if it actually works with this one. And you go think, well, what is going to work with this one? 1 second. Well, I did buy 2 things that work with each other. Now, it's really quite sad. I was watching this show about someone who was digging up gold in his back garden, but I watching one of his shows, apparently he got shut down. Pretty sad. So now he's not digging up gold and he's not doing his shows. So that's sad. So, well, it seems like I'm gonna have to just watch other people now, whether they're in RCs. But hey, maybe I'll do my own channel and I'll show you guys doing what I do. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something RC like that and do that stuff in my garden, in my back garden somewhere, and maybe you'll see that stuff there. I don't know if I find gold up back there, but it's a bit sad that he couldn't do what he did. But it's quite fun because he gave all his gold to all the people he worked with. So there you are, people that make gold. Some people don't like people that make it, so it's sad. So great reviews on this. I loved it and it was worth it. It's worth the wait, and I'm glad I bought it. So yes, I did hummed and hard on lots of different things to buy. I looked at some other ones. I looked at a few of them that cost a lot of money, and I wondered if I wanted it. I looked at some of them took a long time to come, and some of them took shorter time to come, and looked at this one, and this one took this amount of time, and the other one is coming in a couple of days. I knew if I got this one and that one, it'd come just next to each other. That's why I got it. So see, that's why I got this one, and the price was right. So yes. So now I'm going to close up the show now, so you guys can actually go, and you can have your tea or something. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will do some proper videos of this, and I'll put it out there so you can see it in action. So everyone, I hope you enjoy these shows, and always remember, if you've got any questions about this, always just put your questions down below, and I'll actually show you little bits of this if you really want to see it. Obviously, just like if you wanted me to lift it up like this and show you underneath it like this, if you wanted to see some particular thing on it, I could show you something, you know, if you weren't sure about it, I would show you just a part of it. If you weren't sure what it looked like, I would show you that part of it. So if you've got any questions at all about this, just ask me, and I'll show you about it. So if you want to know if it's worth buying, or if you want to know what it looks like, if it works well, just give me a question, and I'll tell you and I'll show what it looks like. That's what I can do for you. So everyone, you have a nice day, evening, night. This is Thomas Naylor signing off. You have a nice time. Bye.